guys, it's me, Goldilocks, and this is my channel, Goldilocks Does That Aesthetics. So today we're going to talk about something that I know people probably don't really talk about, but that everybody does, and that's like choosing your body goal. Like, we all have like looked through Instagram and seen the pictures of that one girl, and you're like, oh my god, I want to look just like her. Just like her, or just like them. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. So I wanted to talk about that today because this video and quite a few videos I have are part of my Creating Your Perfect Body like video series, so we can talk about how we shape and transform our bodies into the bodies that we want, whether it be through plastic surgery, whether it be through exercise, naturally, weight gain, weight loss, whatever the case may be. The channel is about shaping your body. So one aspect of shaping your body is choosing your goal, and a lot of times we choose our goal by looking at, you know, other people, because that's what we do. We're humans. We look, right? We look, okay? So I just wanted to come to you and caution you about choosing your body goals, because there is a lot of trickery on social media about how people look. Of course, we all know this, but sometimes we just gotta be reminded about, you know, who we should look up to and who we shouldn't. So I have a few tips for you to like help you keep it realistic so that you're not too hard on yourself when you're choosing your body goals. So let's get to it. First of all, most of us are probably getting our body goals from social media, right? And we all know that on social media, things are not always what they seem. And I only bring this up so that when you're, you know, trying to shape your body, you don't have crazy, unrealistic expectations. Like, even the girl you think is amazing still is not perfect. So let's start on those tips and tricks, okay? So first tip and trick that you have to look out for is like when you're looking at social media, specifically Instagram, and you see these angles, right? Now there's an angle that a lot of ladies like to take their picture from that I call like the low angle. And the low angle is basically where you take a picture from below, usually the booty, and it looks a lot bigger than what it seems. Now here's a great example of how that looks. Like, that looks a little bit different than how it looks maybe in other pictures, okay? So like, keep that in mind when you're looking at a picture and you're like, oh, body is perfect. Like, what angle are we hitting in that picture? Is it a little low? If it's a little low, chances are that picture is making things look bigger than what they seem. All right, ladies, number two, or gentlemen. All right, number two. I like to call it the high hips. Now, if you notice, there's like a trend in like bikinis and underwear where they like come like very, very high on the waist. Now, what happens when ladies do this? They put the underwear like high on the waist. It pushes in the stomach, and it pushes out, like, it pushes in like the waist area and like pushes out the stomach, where it looks like it becomes part of the hips. So it gives this optical illusion like the waist is tiny and that there's more hips to the hips. The stomach area, the flanks, become part of the hips, okay? So just keep that in mind. Again, when you're looking at your goal and you see this lady with this perfect tiny waist and big hips and big thighs, if the underwear are cut a little high, chances are, you know, there's a little pushing and pulling there to make it look a little better than it may look, okay? No knock on it, nothing wrong with, you know, getting that perfect picture, but just keep that in mind when you're comparing your body to someone else. Third trick, I like to call it the lean back. Lean back, right? Now this is when you see a lady on Instagram, or you see a lady in a picture and she's kind of leaning like far back. Now what happens is when you're in a picture, usually they're like in a swimsuit, is when you lean back, it stretches out your torso and it gives you the appearance of a flat stomach, okay? Now usually you can tell if maybe the stomach is not as flat as it looks, as if, you know, you just kind of look at the overall body. If the overall body is thick and the stomach is flat, but we got the lean back, chances are that lean back is disguised in a little tummy. Again, nothing wrong with a little tummy, but just keep that in mind when you're saying, hey, why is her stomach flat and mine isn't? Chances are it might not be so flat, okay? Fourth little tip. I like to call this one like the scoop, or I think some people call it like cuffing it, right? And that's where like a young lady will like grab her butt, her booty cheeks, and kind of lift them up. They call it, it's like a scoop or a cuff. And so like what happens when they do this, it just adds more booty meat. I mean, it makes the butt look bigger. It makes it look like you got a little more junk in the trunk than you actually do. Okay, so again, when you're looking at the pictures and you may see her holding a little something back there, it's probably because she's trying to give the illusion she has more than she does. Makes a great picture, but just keep in mind when you're thinking about your body, like, maybe it's a little less action going back there than I thought. Okay. So number five kind of goes actually with the lean back. The lean back kind of gives you two optical illusions. It gives you like the flat stomach, but it also, if you see the buttocks, it usually kind of spreads the booty cheeks out, like spreads the thighs and the hips and the cheeks out. So I don't know what I would call that. Like it was the spread. Okay, I like that. The spread, right? Like it gives you a nice spread. So when you lean back, it like pushes your weight onto your lower body so that it spreads out. And what this will do is it'll make a lady look a lot thicker than she may actually be. Okay, so again, just keep that in mind. Let's go on to the next one. So the next one is kind of like the opposite of the lean back. I like to call it like the poke it out. And that's where you do, yeah, basically that. You kind of poke it out. I mean, yeah, that's basically what it is. So what you'll see is a young lady will like lean forward and like poke it out a little bit, and what it does, it just gives you the illusion that the booty is like a little bit bigger than it actually is. Okay, so when you see that perfect angle with the sun like kissing her shoulders over her back in the moonlight, just know like if she's poking it out, likely she got a little less cheeks than you think she does. Okay. Which is okay, but I'm just saying, be on the lookout. Okay, the next one is like a split stand, and so what it does is it basically like shifts the weight of your cheeks to make it look like you have more buns than you actually do. So when you see the sexy kind of open leg stance, it's making things look a little bit bigger, a little bit more voluptuous than they actually are. Okay, so watch out for that split leg stance, people. Watch out. And last but certainly not least is the king of the kings of photo trickery, and that is Photoshop. Or video editing, picture editing in general. Always keep that in mind. Like, you know, golly gee whiz, also keep that in mind, because most pictures, especially if it's a very popular, like, you know, creator or celebrity, they're gonna have their pictures edited. Okay, but like when you're thinking about like how your body looks or the type of body you want, just like keep in mind like they're doing some photo magic over here, and even though their body is still beautiful unedited, they're gonna like do the most to try to make it look even better edited. Nothing wrong with that. Don't compare your body to optical illusions, okay? Like, don't do it. So I just wanted to create this video so that I could just talk about like things you see in pictures that may make you covet something that isn't even reality. So like when we're talking about transforming our bodies or plastic surgery, like it's so totally doable to like have the body you want and shape your body how you want to, but just like keep in mind, even the perfect people are imperfect. Okay, so that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it. So keep watching. I have lots more videos. I'm going to talk about a video soon about how you lose weight. I mean, I got a million videos. So like go back, watch the series, especially the one about creating your perfect body. Check out the channel. I love to have you. See you later. Bye.